Imagine a world where strategic vision meets bold action, where nations dare to collaborate beyond borders, and where opportunities are created not just for today, but for generations to come. Today, we are about to explore a story of foresight, partnership, and transformation. A story that reveals how two nations, each with their unique strengths, are shaping the future of a region that matters to the world. What you will learn in the next few minutes is not just about agreements or investments. It is about the power of long-term thinking, the courage to innovate, and the discipline to turn vision into reality. As we dive into this remarkable journey of cooperation between Saudi Arabia and Pakistan, you will discover the strategic moves, the economic opportunities, the cultural bridges, and the geopolitical shifts that are quietly reshaping the map of the Middle East and South Asia. This is a narrative that goes beyond politics, is about ambition, collaboration, and the art of yielding something meaningful in a complex world. So stay with me, because every insight, every initiative, and every decision you hear about today holds lessons that are not just for governments or businesses, but for anyone who dreams of creating impact, leading with vision, and turning bold ideas into reality. By the end of this journey, you will see not only the future of two nations, but also the principles that can guide us all in achieving sustainable success and influence in an interconnected world. Let's begin this exploration and uncover the remarkable story of strategic partnership, innovation, and vision that is redefining the possibilities of international collaboration. The Strategic Mutual Defense Agreement signed between Saudi Arabia and Pakistan on September 17, 2025, represents a landmark development in the realm of international relations and regional security. At its core, this agreement formalizes a deep-rooted partnership between the two nations, reflecting decades of cooperation in military, economic, and strategic domains. Unlike informal understandings or ad hoc collaborations, this pact codifies the principle that any act of aggression against one nation will be treated as an act against both, effectively creating a formal security umbrella that strengthens deterrence in a region marked by volatility. This agreement is not merely symbolic. It carries tangible implications for military planning and operational coordination. Both nations have committed to closer intelligence sharing, joint exercises, and coordinated defense strategies, enhancing their ability to respond swiftly to emerging threats. The move signals a shift in the regional balance of power, sending a clear message to neighboring states and global actors that Saudi Arabia and Pakistan are prepared to stand together in the face of external aggression. For Pakistan, which has historically sought strategic partnerships to secure its borders and regional interests, this pact reinforces its geopolitical standing and provides a framework for long-term military collaboration. For Saudi Arabia, the agreement strengthens its security posture amid a complex Middle Eastern environment where multiple rivalries and regional tensions persist. Beyond the military dimension, the agreement is a catalyst for deeper diplomatic engagement. By aligning their defense strategies, both countries create a platform for more robust political dialogue, coordinated foreign policy positions, and enhanced influence in multilateral forums. The pact also has implications for defense procurement and technology transfer, enabling Pakistan to access advanced military technologies and training resources, while allowing Saudi Arabia to benefit from Pakistan's extensive experience in military operations and strategic planning. The broader regional impact cannot be understated. This agreement may alter the strategic calculations of other major powers in South Asia and the Middle East, potentially influencing alliances and prompting shifts in security postures. It also underscores the growing trend of regional powers seeking security partnerships that are both credible and legally binding, rather than relying solely on informal arrangements. The commitment to treat an attack on one nation as an attack on both creates a mechanism of collective security that enhances stability, deters potential aggressors, and provides a clear signal of resilience and unity in an increasingly complex geopolitical landscape. The expanding economic cooperation between Saudi Arabia and Pakistan reflects a deliberate and strategic effort by both nations to strengthen their bilateral ties beyond the realm of defense. This collaboration is multifaceted, encompassing large-scale infrastructure projects, energy initiatives, trade facilitation, and investments in technology and agriculture. One of the most prominent examples of this partnership is the planned $12 billion oil refinery in Gwadar, Pakistan. This project not only enhances Pakistan's energy security by providing a reliable source of refined oil, but also serves as a strategic hub connecting the Arabian Peninsula with South Asia and Central Asia. The refinery is expected to create thousands of jobs, stimulate local industries, and boost economic activity in the region, positioning Gwadar as a key node in global energy and trade networks. Economic cooperation extends beyond energy projects into diverse sectors such as agriculture, mining, renewable energy, and information technology. Both nations recognize that mutual economic growth can act as a stabilizing force in the region, creating interdependence that benefits not only governments, but also the private sector and citizens at large. Joint ventures in agriculture could help Pakistan modernize its farming techniques while ensuring a stable supply of food commodities to Saudi Arabia. Similarly, collaboration in mining and renewable energy aligns with global trends toward sustainability, allowing both countries to tap into new markets and technologies while reducing reliance on traditional energy sources. Trade relations are being actively promoted through agreements that reduce barriers and streamline logistics. Saudi Arabia's investment in Pakistan's industrial and technological sectors encourages innovation and entrepreneurship, creating a fertile environment for startups and technological partnerships. By leveraging Pakistan's young workforce and Saudi Arabia's capital and strategic position in the Middle East, both nations can cultivate an ecosystem conducive to long-term economic growth. Cultural and social dimensions also play a role in economic cooperation, as enhanced economic ties often lead to increased people-to-people exchanges, tourism, and academic collaboration. The economic initiatives reinforce a sense of shared purpose and vision, encouraging sustained engagement at multiple levels of society. This growing partnership has broader implications for regional and global markets. By strengthening their economic linkages, Saudi Arabia and Pakistan not only secure strategic advantages for themselves, but also position the region as a hub for investment, trade, and innovation. The diversification of economic activities and the emphasis on joint ventures demonstrate a forward-looking approach, emphasizing resilience, growth, and sustainable development, which could reshape the economic landscape of South Asia and the Middle East. Saudi Arabia's investment in cultural and educational initiatives in Pakistan represents a forward-thinking strategy aimed at fostering long-term collaboration and soft power influence. By focusing on education and cultural development, Saudi Arabia is seeking to build a foundation for sustainable bilateral relations that go beyond economics and defense. One of the most notable initiatives is the establishment of the Riyadh University of Arts, which aims to produce 30,000 graduates by 2040. The institution is designed not only to provide high-quality education, but also to serve as a platform for cross-cultural exchange, bringing together students, educators, and researchers from both countries. The emphasis on arts and creative industries reflects a broader recognition that cultural capital and innovation are essential drivers of modern economies. Educational collaboration extends beyond the creation of institutions to include scholarships, faculty exchange programs, and joint research initiatives. By supporting Pakistani students and professionals, Saudi Arabia is facilitating knowledge transfer in areas such as science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. These programs help build a skilled workforce capable of contributing to national development objectives while fostering deeper connections between the two nations. Access to advanced educational resources and exposure to international standards enables students to acquire competencies that align with the demands of a globalized economy, thus strengthening Pakistan's human capital while creating channels for long-term cooperation. Cultural investments are also a key component of this partnership. Saudi Arabia's support for cultural projects such as museums, art exhibitions, and heritage programs contributes to a shared understanding of history, identity, and creativity. These initiatives encourage dialogue, mutual respect, and collaboration, which can enhance diplomatic relations and create a positive image of both countries on the international stage. By promoting cultural awareness and intellectual exchange, the partnership nurtures an environment where innovation and creativity can thrive, benefiting society as a whole. The focus on education and culture also has strategic implications. By investing in human capital, Saudi Arabia and Pakistan strengthen their resilience to social and economic challenges. A well-educated population fosters innovation, entrepreneurship, and critical thinking, which in turn supports sustainable economic growth and social stability. Moreover, these initiatives signal to global partners and investors that both nations are committed to long-term development and collaborative progress. Overall, the emphasis on educational and cultural investments reflects a holistic approach to bilateral relations. By cultivating talent, promoting creativity, and facilitating cross-cultural engagement, Saudi Arabia and Pakistan are building a framework for enduring collaboration that extends far beyond traditional diplomatic or economic interactions. Saudi Arabia's initiatives in tourism and infrastructure development are a central part of its Vision 2030 strategy, which seeks to diversify the economy and reduce dependence on oil revenues. A significant example of this effort is the launch of the Super Yacht Arabia project, designed to position the Red Sea as a premier destination for luxury yachting and international tourism. This initiative highlights the kingdom's commitment to developing high-end infrastructure, attracting global investors, and creating an environment conducive to leisure and business tourism. By enhancing the appeal of the Red Sea coast, Saudi Arabia aims to integrate itself more fully into global tourism networks, while simultaneously promoting domestic economic growth and employment opportunities. The development of tourism infrastructure involves a multifaceted approach, combining the construction of marinas, resorts, and cultural attractions, with improvements in transportation, hospitality services, and regulatory frameworks. This holistic strategy ensures that both domestic and international visitors experience seamless access to high-quality amenities. By investing in state-of-the-art ports, luxury accommodations, and entertainment facilities, Saudi Arabia is not only targeting wealthy travelers, but also encouraging broader international engagement, including conferences, exhibitions, and cultural events. These projects enhance the country's global image, showcasing its readiness to compete with established tourism hubs while offering unique experiences tied to its rich cultural and natural heritage. Tourism development is closely linked with economic diversification, as it creates new opportunities in sectors such as real estate, retail, food and beverage, and local crafts. For Pakistan, collaboration with Saudi Arabia in tourism and related infrastructure projects presents an opportunity to attract investment, create jobs, and facilitate knowledge transfer in project management and hospitality services. Joint ventures and partnerships can enable both countries to leverage their respective strengths, combining Saudi Arabia's capital and strategic planning with Pakistan's skilled workforce and regional expertise. Beyond the immediate economic benefits, tourism infrastructure projects contribute to regional development and international cooperation. By opening up the Red Sea coast to global audiences, Saudi Arabia encourages cross-cultural exchange and strengthens diplomatic ties. Enhanced connectivity, modern facilities, and high standards of service not only attract tourists, but also foster long-term business relationships, supporting trade, investment, and collaborative initiatives. Overall, the emphasis on tourism and infrastructure development reflects a strategic vision that balances economic growth, cultural promotion, and global engagement. By integrating luxury tourism with broader development goals, Saudi Arabia is positioning itself as a dynamic player in international markets, creating sustainable economic opportunities and fostering collaboration that extends beyond national borders. The geopolitical implications of the Saudi Arabia-Pakistan Strategic Mutual Defense Agreement are profound and multifaceted, with the potential to reshape security dynamics across South Asia and the Middle East. By formalizing a commitment that any act of aggression against one nation will be considered an act against both. The agreement creates a security framework that extends far beyond conventional bilateral ties. This arrangement introduces a level of predictability and deterrence into a region historically characterized by complex rivalries, territorial disputes, and shifting alliances. For regional actors, the pact signals a serious recalibration of strategic calculations, compelling neighboring states to reassess their security policies and diplomatic postures. The agreement carries the potential to evolve into a broader regional security architecture, one that mirrors certain aspects of established international alliances. Analysts have suggested that if additional nations were to align with this framework, it could resemble a NATO-like arrangement in the region, providing collective security guarantees and enhancing the strategic weight of member states. This development may influence the strategic calculus of India, Iran, and other key regional players, prompting adjustments in military deployments, defense spending, and foreign policy initiatives. The prospect of a formalized alliance also introduces a deterrent effect, reducing the likelihood of unilateral actions that could destabilize the region. Beyond immediate defense concerns, the agreement has implications for multilateral diplomacy and global strategic engagement. By coordinating their security policies, Saudi Arabia and Pakistan are better positioned to exert influence in international forums, advocate for regional stability, and collaborate on counterterrorism, cybersecurity, and maritime security initiatives. This alignment enhances their bargaining power in negotiations related to trade, energy, and political cooperation, allowing both nations to leverage collective strength to achieve broader strategic objectives. The pact also underscores the growing trend of regional powers seeking legally binding security arrangements rather than relying solely on informal understandings or ad hoc agreements. By formalizing commitments and institutionalizing mechanisms for consultation and joint response, the two countries enhance resilience against external threats and create the foundation for long-term stability. Such arrangements can facilitate the sharing of intelligence, coordinated military exercises, and access to advanced defense technologies, which collectively strengthen the operational capabilities of both nations. Overall, the geopolitical ramifications of this agreement extend beyond bilateral relations. It introduces new dimensions of regional security, influences strategic decision-making among neighboring countries, and contributes to the broader architecture of international stability. By establishing a credible and enforceable mechanism for mutual defense, Saudi Arabia and Pakistan are signaling both their readiness to cooperate in addressing common threats and their commitment to shaping the security landscape of the Middle East and South Asia. Saudi Arabia's recent economic performance and global market trends play a crucial role in understanding the kingdom's broader strategic ambitions and its collaboration with Pakistan. In September 2025, Saudi Arabia's non-oil private sector recorded its fastest growth in 6 months, reflecting robust market conditions, rising international demand, and the effectiveness of the Vision 2030 economic diversification strategy. This momentum demonstrates that the kingdom is not solely reliant on oil revenues, but is actively expanding sectors such as manufacturing, services, tourism, and technology. The growth in non-oil industries provides a strong foundation for investment, trade partnerships, and cross-border collaboration, including initiatives with Pakistan. The strengthening of Saudi Arabia's private sector has multiple implications for bilateral economic relations. A vibrant and expanding non-oil sector creates opportunities for joint ventures, foreign direct investment, and knowledge exchange. By diversifying its economy, Saudi Arabia can provide capital, technical expertise, and infrastructure support to Pakistan in areas such as renewable energy, information technology, and industrial development. These initiatives enhance Pakistan's economic resilience while simultaneously allowing Saudi Arabia to expand its influence and commercial footprint in South Asia. The kingdom's commitment to economic modernization signals confidence in long-term partnerships and provides a stable environment for sustained bilateral cooperation. Global economic trends, including fluctuations in energy demand, technological advancements, and evolving trade dynamics, directly impact the strategic decisions of both countries. Saudi Arabia's emphasis on non-oil growth reduces vulnerability to oil price volatility, enabling more predictable and sustainable investment flows. This economic stability benefits Pakistan by providing reliable opportunities for trade, investment, and joint infrastructure projects. By aligning economic priorities, both nations can leverage complementary strengths, Saudi capital and market access with Pakistan's human resources and strategic location, to create mutually beneficial outcomes that extend across multiple sectors. Moreover, the kingdom's economic diversification has social and political dimensions. By fostering growth in the private sector, Saudi Arabia is creating employment opportunities, encouraging entrepreneurship, and promoting innovation. These factors contribute to social stability and enhance the country's global image as a forward-looking economy. For Pakistan, engagement with Saudi Arabia in these growing sectors allows access to modern business practices, international standards, and advanced technologies, which can accelerate domestic development and strengthen competitiveness in regional and global markets. The economic momentum also underscores the interconnectedness of regional and global markets. As Saudi Arabia continues to diversify and expand, its strategic investments and partnerships have the potential to reshape trade patterns, attract international investors, and influence economic policies across the Middle East and South Asia. This broader economic context provides a favorable backdrop for collaborative projects, joint ventures, and sustainable growth initiatives, enhancing long-term prosperity and strategic alignment between the two nations. In conclusion, the evolving partnership between Saudi Arabia and Pakistan represents a multifaceted and forward-looking collaboration that spans defense, economic development, education, culture, tourism, and strategic diplomacy. By formalizing security commitments, expanding economic ties, investing in human capital, and promoting cultural exchange, both nations are laying the groundwork for a stable, prosperous, and mutually beneficial future. These initiatives not only strengthen bilateral relations, but also have far-reaching implications for regional stability, global economic trends, and the broader geopolitical landscape. The strategic alignment and shared vision demonstrated by Saudi Arabia and Pakistan reflect a commitment to long-term collaboration, resilience, and growth, offering a model for international partnerships built on trust, innovation, and mutual respect. As we reflect on these developments, let us be inspired by the power of collaboration and foresight. May the ongoing journey of cooperation and progress between these nations continue to flourish, bringing peace, prosperity, and opportunities for generations to come. Good luck in all your endeavors, and thank you for taking the time to engage with this analysis of a partnership that is shaping the future of the region.